So did our U.S. history class help you in achieving a higher ACT reading score?
Yes, it did. I went from a 19 to a 24.
Okay. Specifically, what parts or components of the class do you think helped you out the most?
The part that helped me out the most would be how all the tests were ACT style. So there were 4 passages with 10 questions each, exactly like the ACT.
Okay. What was the most difficult part of the class?
The most difficult part would have to be how the test, you had to manage your time wisely, and it was just trying to finish on time at first.
Okay. Do you think that it eventually helped you in the end, though?
Yeah, because then on the actual ACT, I knew exactly how much time to spend on each passage and answering the questions.
Okay. How's the ACT score helped you after high school?
Well, overall, it increased my score, composite score, and it helped me get into a couple different colleges, one being Illinois State University, which I already got my acceptance letter from, and I'm still waiting for Marquette.
Okay. So which college are you planning to go to?
Probably ISU. I really like their campus, so
Okay.
my ACT score was good enough to get in.
Okay, excellent. Did our U.S. history class help you in achieving a higher ACT reading score?
I feel it did. I had a 14 on my plan test, and then I jumped to a 19 once I took the ACT.
Okay. Specifically, what parts of the class do you think helped you the most?
I really thought every day, like going over and like doing the highlighting, and then applying that to the test is what helped me a lot.
Okay. What was the most difficult or challenging thing for you in the class?
The most challenging thing was the test, but I felt the test set me up for the ACT.
Okay. What part about the test?
It was very lengthy.
Okay.
So I don't know, and the wording was kind of hard, but the wording was how it was on the ACT.
Okay. So in the end, do you think that helped you?
I think it helped a lot.
Okay. So now that you've taken the ACT, you're a senior now, what are your plans after high school?
Well, with my ACT score and my GPA, I ended up getting a scholarship to Lewis for $44,000. So I'm going to attend there next year.
All right, excellent. Well, that sounds great. All right, well, thank you very much. Do you think our U.S. history class helped you in achieving a higher ACT reading score at all?
I think it helped me get better reading strategies, and that ultimately led to me getting a better score on the ACT reading test.
Okay. What kind of strategies specifically from our class?
Like the underlining parts of sentences and identifying what type of questions were at the end of each passage.
Okay. Now, what part of the class do you think helped you the most, if you had to pick one spot?
I would say going over the BRAs individually and with partners every day and going over the strategies.
Okay. So just working with your partners, that helped a lot?
Yeah.
Okay. What do you think was the most difficult or challenging part of class?
Being introduced to different types of questions that I hadn't seen before and getting acquainted with those.
Okay. What about the tests? What do you think of the tests?
The tests were easy in the beginning, but when we started allowing less time for the tests, it started getting harder. But that prepped me for the ACT.
Okay, so do you think that eventually helped you in the end, though?
Yeah.
Okay. So when you took the ACT, did you feel a time crunch?
No, I just breezed through it. I was already used to it from the class.
All right. And how's your ACT score going to help you after high school? Like, what are your plans?
I plan to major in psychology, so it's giving me a lot of looks from schools and programs in that field.
You talked to any schools yet?
Talked to EIU and NIU.
Okay. Did they offer you anything yet, or?
I'm still waiting to hear back from NIU again because I just applied there, but it's looking good.
Is that where you want to go?
Yeah.
That's your place, NIU?
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you very much, Carl. All right, Zach, you had a pretty significant jump from your plan score to your ACT score, so we just have a couple questions for you. Do you think our U.S. history class helped you in achieving a higher ACT reading score?
It definitely did. You guys did a lot of practice reading tests, practice ACT tests, and the class opener, stuff like that. You would go and find important key information, and you'd only have a certain amount of time to do it. So it definitely helped when you come to the reading portion and you only have a certain amount of time. Pick out key things because you don't have time to read the whole passages.
Okay. So specifically, what parts or components do you think helped you the most, if you had to pick a couple things?
Definitely going over the questions, like your guys' different type of questions, like main idea, inference, stuff like that. All those types of questions helped you realize what kind of questions were on the ACT. Helped you narrow down your answers.
Okay. What do you think was the most difficult thing for you, or the most challenging?
The timing. It was always the timing. No matter like whether it was on the class opener or the ACT, you only have a certain amount of time. So that's the hardest thing to prepare for is the time.
Bit of a time crunch.
Yeah.
All right. Do you think all the preparation did help you in the end, though,
Definitely.
as far as timing?
It definitely did. And it was every day we would do like a class opener, and then end of the week we'd have another reading test over the whole subject. So it was just constant exposure to time and keeping managed.
Okay. And now that you're done, you got a pretty high ACT score. What are your plans after high school?
I'm gonna go to Iowa State and study in chemistry and law. So
Excellent.
That's it.
Did you apply already and got it all taken care of?
Yeah, I got accepted to Iowa State and Lewis. So either one of those.
Excellent. Well, good to hear, and good luck with that.
Thank you.